episode 60. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and this is my little kitty co-host Domarat. Meow. Welcome to our show. I will put him here as usual so you can see him. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. If you are a new viewer, this is a knitting, spinning, sometimes also sewing and dyeing yarn podcast in a little town of Adliswil near Zurich in Switzerland. I come from Poland and I came here with my husband, and we also have a 3-year-old son, Stasio. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram, to be honest, under my full name, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F. My show notes appear here in the down bar, and all the helpful links I put in the video description here on YouTube. So if you enjoy my show, please subscribe to my channel. And we also have a Ravelry group, a Wolff&Schafe podcast group, where you can check out our giveaways and knit-alongs, and you can ask me questions in the Ask the Wolf thread, or share your projects you've been working on while watching me. I'm always curious to know what you've been working on. So let's start with the most exciting part, because I can't wait to announce the winner of the Patronus Stroll giveaway, the pattern by Madeleine Windsor, who so generously donated this pattern for our podcast. And I already drew the winner, and it's the last post, actually, post number 12. And it's All Knitting Sings, and her name is Anne or Anne, I'm not sure. She's from Germany, and I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart, because it's an awesome pattern and you will have loads of fun knitting on it. So yay! The question for the giveaway was to talk about your favorite Harry Potter character, and she wrote, "My absolute favorite is Professor McGonagall. She is such a no-nonsense person, but has those moments, and she's an awesome teacher and frankly quite badass. How she was dealing with Umbridge, I love it. I love it too. She's amazing." So yay! Congrats again. I'll contact Madeleine so she can send you the pattern. And it was very interesting to read all your comments. I realized that there are mostly female characters, which, now I think of it, it's pretty logical, because we as women identify probably with female characters. But to be honest, my favorite character of all Harry Potter series is Severus Snape. He's just so awesome, and not only because he was played by the late and wonderful Alan Rickman, but also from books, he's this delicious anti-hero, and also he is quite horrible. And I tend to like horrible characters. I mean, not so much in the movies, but in the books he is a really awful person. He treats his students really in an awful manner. He is a bully, and it's just so awesome to read about him. I just love it. And also from other main characters, I do enjoy Hermione's character, because she's so beautifully flawed. Like, she's so clever and smart and sharp, but then you get all this nervousness, this insecurity. She panics easily. It's just, she feels real, so also relatable. So I love that about her. And from like more secondary characters, I really enjoy Gilderoy Lockhart because he's just so much fun. He's just so, he's again horrible. He's a horrible person, but I just love reading about him. So yeah, this was our giveaway, and if you did not win this time, do not despair. There will be more giveaways in the future. So yay! I wanted also to announce a new knit along because we finished with the previous one, the Mix It Up Cal, and I thought something fun for the summer. And I know I've done it last year as well, but it will be a shawl along. Yes, everybody enjoys knitting a pretty shawl from time to time, and I think even more so in the summer. We are less into heavy sweaters and other things made from heavy yarn. I think a shawl pattern will be really enjoyable. So it's kicking off now, but if you cast on in May, I think it's okay to post, and the deadline will be July the 1st. The prizes. So first up, there will be a prize one skein of Wolff&Schafe yarn, but I haven't yet decided which one. Well, I think there will be the option of choosing one out of three like before. And we also got 2 amazing designers to donate patterns for our podcast. So yay, thank you so much. First up, it's Emilie from Arctic Knitting Podcast. She donated a pattern for a hat called Winding Roads, and I presented it before. And my lovely friend Agata, also known as Amanita, said, you just, yeah, the person who wins my prize just gets to choose whatever pattern they like from my patterns. Isn't that amazing? You should totally check out her patterns because she has various things there. She has sweaters, she has shawls, she has hats, various things. So that's exciting, and thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think we could start with knitting finally, but as usual, a sip of tea will do for the start. It's warm today, but I'm still drinking hot tea because tea, basically. I do not have too much knitting done. To be honest, I had a massive failure this week. I mentioned to you in the last episode that I wanted to knit a baby hat for my friend's baby, and I cast on like 3 times with that yarn with different needle sizes, and I did not like the fabric. Somehow it was too loose all the time, or I don't know, it did not speak to me, so I changed the yarn into different yarn. Then I almost finished the hat, and then I thought, I don't like it, there's something wrong. And because I was knitting with two strands of fingering weight yarn, and I don't know, it somehow did not look good, or maybe the needles that I used were not good for the project because they kept sticking to the yarn. Anyway, I got so depressed over it that I decided to give up on it, just because I thought, hey, it's not supposed to be a torture for myself. It's supposed to be a fun project for a friend. So if I am suffering from it, maybe I shouldn't do that. And yeah, she will totally live without an additional baby hat, because I followed her on Instagram and I saw how many garments she's made already. So because she's a knitter. So sadly, I think I will rip back this hat as well. maybe I should show this to you so that, yeah, you could at least see something. So yeah, this is my hat. And I also messed up the creases. I got somehow distracted and then I realized the creases are not right. And I was already feeling this hat is not what I wanted it to be. So yeah, I'm just not feeling it. And I really don't want to present anyone with a project I'm not happy with, because no. And these are the needles I was using, because these are the only needles, DPNs I have in this size. It's 6 millimeters, which is US size 10, so pretty thick. And yeah, they look fun, but they're acrylic, and can you hear that? Like the yarn is really like sticking to them. So I did not enjoy knitting on this project, and I don't know what happened, because I knitted in the same way, this like two-stranded and on big needles. I knitted hats before for other friends and they were fine. It's just, I don't know. And also I don't work well under time pressure. I'm always worried I won't make it. That's why I actually avoid test knitting for people, because I would be turning a fun project into a chore. And yeah, so all that made me decide I will just rip this back. And this yarn is my hand-dyed yarn Wolff&Schafe Belladonna in Turquoise Delight colorway that I used for my Mercury socks, and it's so soft. I actually love the feel of it, but I don't like how it knits up double-stranded. It just, or maybe on these needles, I don't know. So I got my friend a present anyway, because it's her housewarming party, so I bought a nice present for the house anyway, so I hope she enjoys it, and I just mark it a failure from which I should learn something. So yeah, that was one of the things that took my knitting time away, and so my my Patronus Stroll by Madeline Windsor, well, it has grown a bit, and I really enjoy working on it. It's just I focused on that hat and on my next project, so you know, I have already reached the lace pattern, and I think it's very pretty. I really like how it looks. Like it's very simple, but classy. It just looks nice. And yeah, so now there will be this lace section with this blue, with color B. And I'm knitting on Haya Sharp 3 millimeter needles, which is US size 2.5. And my yarn is my color A, that is currently not being used. It's this yarn. It's Eden Cottage Yarns, Titus 4-ply. And this is Copper Bucket colorway, and this one is Mill Pond. And oh, I love them. I just love them. And this yarn is, of course, fingering weight, 750, excuse me, 75% merino and 25% silk. So it produces this really nice and drapey fabric. And I'm actually happy with the needle size. I previously mentioned that I I regret not having a slightly bigger needles for this project, but now I think it looks really nice. It still will be quite airy, I think, especially with the lace, of course. So this is this one. And yeah, and finally my rhombi cardigan, which is still not finished, but I'm close, you guys. I'm really close. Come here, come here. Oh. Okay, so the border. And again, it's rhombi sweater by Terry Crews, and it is my second attempt. I mean, the first one I made for my friend Iga. And can you see? So this border, this color takes a lot of time because it's like a gazillion stitches, like it's all around the project, you know, and it's a lot. Dum, dum, dum. And I'm just so happy with how these two colors look together. I knew they would, but it makes me so happy. And what's nice, the pattern is already established, so you can see the beautiful, beautiful rhombi here. And yeah, at first, before the pattern was established, it was just like you had these instructions that you should purl this much, knit this much stitches, and with so long, like rows this long, if you make a mistake at the beginning of the row, then all the rest is misplaced. And guess what happened? Like on my, I think, second or third row of the pattern, I did the mistake and I had to unravel the whole row. I think the mistake was around 5th stitch from the start of the row. So I had to unravel everything, and then I measured the time that takes me to make one row, and well, I think it depends on the row because there are some more detail, like more difficult rows. There are more simpler ones, but anyway, I measured and it was like 15 minutes per row. So you can imagine I was not amused with ripping this back. So this week was not really happy, and also my phone died on me. You know, it just... I had it since before my son was born, so it's almost 4 years. So I think it's not a big surprise, but still, it was just, what do I do now? I need my phone. So I have a new phone now, but I was without a phone for a couple of days, and it was very inconvenient. So this week was kind of annoying, I'd say. And yeah, the needles I'm using are Knit Pro Carbons interchangeables, and I put them on a really long cable, like 100 centimeters or maybe 120, and they are 3 millimeters again, US size 2.5. And yeah, I'm using right now I'm using this yarn, which is Madeline Tosh Single Merino in Maple Leaf colorway. Yeah, I'm blurry. What do I do? Okay. And the other yarn that I'm using, which is this yarn, and it's called Purpuras. The colorway is Purpuras, and it's Arroyo by Malabrigo. And yeah, what else? I really hope to be finished soon and to be able to wear it, and then it will be 30 degrees and I won't wear it till autumn. Yay! I'm always on time, people. I'm always on time with those projects. Like last year I knitted those those color work mittens, and I finished them in March, and I did not get to wear them until autumn. Perfect, right? But anyway, I'm getting close. I just have to be focused while knitting, and that's it. Well, now it's easier because I can trace, I can realize sooner whether I'm wrong, but with those first rows I couldn't see whether somewhere I knitted one stitch too much, or I purled instead of knit, or whatever. Well, if I did purl instead of knit stitch, it would be still forgivable and I could actually fix it in the next row. But if I knitted too much or purled too much, the whole pattern moves. So it's a disaster then. So yeah, I'm not really a person who would rip back because she spotted one teeny tiny detail in a very intricate lace pattern. Totally not. But in this case I just had to, so it took quite a lot of time. But yeah, I have some sewing to show you again this week. So I'm still following the tutorial, the class by Gertie Hirsch, and since she's American I think she says it Hirsch. Anyway, she's amazing, and I'm slowly following her great class. And this is where I am. It's gathered skirt making, and you can find it for free on YouTube, which is wonderful. So the hem is not done. It's just, whoops, what am I showing to you? So the hem is totally not done, but I did the gathers, I did the gathering. I actually called it, to myself of course, to my geeky self, Magic the Gathering. Because it was like magic. I used dental floss just as Gertie recommended. Well, first floss that I used was not suitable for this project because it was too glidey. I could easily just take it out and it would not make the gathers that I wanted. So, well, I realized that pretty quickly, but anyway, again I had to remove the stitches. I used the stitch ripper for the first time, so yay! I had it together with my, as a set with my sewing machine, so I was like, oh, okay, it's this tool, okay, let's do that. And then I removed this zigzag that I was making with this first floss, and luckily enough I had at home another type that was okay. So yeah, many adventures this week. And I did the gathers, and I will be next I will be closing the hem of the skirt. And I must say, it's pretty amazing that even though I have no experience whatsoever in garment making, it's just going to be a wearable project, I think, unless I messed up the waist measurements. I hope not. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to wear it soon as I have time to actually work on it. But this weekend is a long weekend here in Switzerland, so I will be pretty occupied with our little gentleman here. So I don't know when I will be done. But also, I wanted to ask you, all you experienced sewists, please tell me, do you know of any cool classes or video tutorials I could follow with some like next project? Because I work best when I see things on the video. I mean, I have a book, of course, I showed this to you before, this one, but yeah, it's so much easier if you can see a person explain stuff, not only pictures. So if you could recommend something similar to the thing that Gertie does, I would be delighted to hear about it, so please let me know. And what else? Oh yeah, last Wednesday, that was the highlight of my week, honestly. I met with Anna from Dunkelgrün podcast. Hi Anna. And we had a great time together. We had lunch and then we went to a local like crafting yarn store. And the time just flew. And I bought there these, oh my god, I just couldn't stop myself, and I even made Anna buy herself these as well because she liked them too. These are buttons, you guys. This is a set of fairy tale decorative buttons. Like, see? So I hope you can see them properly. So there's a little knight, there's a dragon, there's a book with "Once Upon a Time" written on it, there's a unicorn and a princess. So I just had to buy it. I don't know what I will do with it yet, but I just needed this. And I bought some more glass-headed pins because I had a set from before, but when I was pinning the fabric for my skirt, I ran out of them because it was so huge. It's a gathered skirt, so it was very huge, and I had to use those, you know, regular ones with small heads that are really uncomfortable to use. I can show you. I have like a million of them, so I had to use these and decided I need more. So I bought some of these, and I also bought hooks and eyes for my skirt. And I didn't know which size to choose, so I bought 2 sizes, and I will have a lot of them now. So yay! Other than that, there will be a next segment here. Just a sip of tea. I'm getting really toasty here. Ooh. And the tea is cold already. And I'm blurry. Yeah. Where was I? Okay, so anyway, Anna has a great podcast. As I said, Dunkelgrün podcast, and you should completely check her out. She is such a creative person. She has such amazing ideas. She has such patience to go through with those ideas she has. It's just amazing. She doesn't podcast every week. It's an episode from time to time, but they are always so very well made and so well thought out and so interesting. So yeah, go check her out. Absolutely. So yeah, next up, dyeing. I've been dyeing this week quite a bit, and I'm happy to announce that there will be a new yarn base in my shop. Yay! So it's a single ply yarn. It's my first single ply base that I had, and it's fingering weight. 100% superwash merino, and it will be called Divana, which is the name, well, one of the versions at least, of the name of an old pagan Polish goddess that we don't know that much about her, but she used to be, she was compared by the chronicles to goddess Diana or Artemis, so the goddess of hunt and the forests and wild animals. And well, yeah, she was single. Basically, yeah. And she also is known to have some connections to wolves. So that's also why I chose this name, and I think it's awesome. Anyway, where should I start? Okay, so I dyed the colorway that I showed you before on other bays. This is Dusty Galaxy. I dyed 2 of them. And oh, I'm so happy with the effect. I think that single ply yarn is just made for speckles. It's just so lovely. So this is Dusty Galaxy, and then I will show you a bunch of new colorways. I'm very happy with this one. This I called Winter Woods. And this is this very pale gray with green speckles. It's like it's winter and it's cloudy, and then there's a lot of snow, but it's cloudy, so the snow is not so like shiny white, and there are shadows, and then you get needles of some pines or firs. So that's basically what this is to me. But Anna said, because I showed her my new yarns, and she said it looks like a summery colorway to her. So take your pick. Anyway, it's Winter Woods to me. Next up, will my camera explode? Oh, it wanted to run away. So yeah, this is pretty red. Quite red, huh? Well, it's not as bright in the real life, but yeah, I think red is a difficult color for cameras anyway. And I called this Seeing Red. And those of you who know, who are well, let's be honest, who are fans to Buffy the Vampire Slayer will know which episode gave the name for this one. But yeah, this is Buffy inspired colorway. And next up, I got this, and it's actually not what I was expecting to get. It's one of those surprising dyeing effects that you get, but I didn't choose any name for it yet. I'm not sure whether it will be a regular. Please let me know if you think it's cool. But it's very pink. It's pink! And with some purple. And the last one is this. Oh my god, you guys, I can't tell you how yummy this looks to me. It's just, I could eat it with a spoon. It's just, so I called it Peach Sorbet. Yeah. And this is totally summery for me, I'd say. Well, it has some, actually this skein, it has some accidental purple spots, but they are really, I don't know whether I will make them on purpose or not. I planned from the start that it will be a solid, but I don't know. We'll see. And I thought that they would look great together, wouldn't they? It just, yum, yum, yum. Yummy, yummy, yum. So this is it for the dyeing segment this week. And oh yeah, it's almost everything. I wanted to add about this new base, Divana, that to celebrate it appearing in my shop till the end of May, 20% off on each skein of this yarn. So if you're interested in any of these, go check out my shop because there will be much cheaper. Yeah, so it's finally everything I wanted to tell you about crafting and now my life in general. I'm a bit under the weather. I don't know if you can tell, but I think my husband just passed some infection on me. He got better. He's still coughing, but yeah, I'm coughing too now. I'm a bit worried. Other than that, we have this long weekend ahead, so if the weather is good, maybe we'll even go to Lake Zurich, and maybe we'll swim, or we will just sit next to water because it's also enjoyable. It depends whether the water is warm enough by then. And oh yeah, I started watching a new show. Well, it's not a new show, it's a show that I haven't watched before, but I heard, and I'm pretty sure many of you have heard about it as well. It's Supernatural. Yes, I'm watching Supernatural and I'm having fun. There are some episodes that are like, really? But I understand it's season 1 and they are just trying to find their way into things. So I just I just forgive them some weird episodes. And it just, for those of you who haven't watched, it feels, at least for now, it's on season 1, it feels like X-Files, but instead of FBI agents, you get those brothers, Sam and Dean, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I know there is like a massive amount of the seasons of Supernatural. I don't know how far I will go. For example, with Once Upon a Time, I finished with the first season, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. Everything is getting more interesting. We get to know more about the characters, which is enjoyable because I usually watch not for the things that happen on the screen as such, like adventure, like I care for the characters. So if I don't care for the characters, or if the characters annoy me, I just don't watch anymore. So for now, I like the characters enough to have fun with it, and let me know. And without spoilers, no spoilers please, let me know whether you enjoy Supernatural and what do you think about it. I'd love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Come here. Happy knitting, spinning, sewing, any craft you're doing. Please enjoy your week, and we'll see you next time. Yeah. Bye!